Okay, so hello. This is Andrew Halliwell, the producer of Downriver. I'm just doing a little workflow demonstration here for converting R3D files to a 422 proxy or LT, a ProRes file with the audio synced up. So on our shoot, we had a sound man that jammed the timecode into the camera, and so our audio contains metadata to sync up with the footage. How we'll start is I've got all the footage broken up into the days that we shot. So we'll just take day 5 for example. You want to load this up into your browser in Redcine X, and I've got our Downriver drive there. Day 5, right click, open in new subfolders. Make sure you choose open a new bin, include subfolders. That's important. So do that. Now if you go to project, you're going to see project 19, day 5, and there's all the footage that we shot on that day. Another important thing is if you don't have a tab up here that says audio, just right click up here and go add and create one. You just type in audio, and then you could go OK, and it will create a new tab. Now once you have a new tab made, you have to right click in this area here and designate it to audio. So we've already done that with this one. Now since the audio files contain metadata, they should sync up with relative ease, and you don't need to do that with individual external audio files. You can go down here to auto match. Click that button, go to your folder that has all your audio from the day. So I'm in day 5, audio, choose rate, just leave it at auto. It's going to determine, the software will figure out what frame rate you shot at and what the rate of the audio is. It's fine, you just leave it. Bin all clips for this scenario, and then just go auto match. It's going to take a second or two here. Then you go to the first shot of the day, just start breaking it down. Make sure this tab down here, I'm doing an export right now as well. It's paused, but make sure you've got audio selected. If it doesn't automatically bring up your external audio, sometimes it will try and select the audio from within the camera. You want to select it from here, just go external audio 1, external audio 2. So as you can see, our sound man did record. This is probably a boom. This might be a lav here. Let's see if 3 and 4 have anything on. 3 doesn't, 4 probably won't either. No. But doesn't matter. You just want to get an audio track where it's easy to identify the slate marks. So just press play. You'll hear the sound.
68, take 1. Mark.
So that one was right on because Brian, our sound man, will have just jammed the camera with the time code. It hasn't fallen off yet. So the first few shots, watch this. This one will probably be on as well.
Mark.
That one's on. The third one will probably be on. And then you'll start to see them gradually fall off. That one was off. So use the arrow keys to go back, find the slap mark. It's right there. Yeah, let's just say it's here. It's a frame or two. I may be off, whatever. Use your own judgment. Don't criticize me. Now use the mouse to find in the audio where the slap mark is, and then press this button. You can set audio slate point to scrubber position. Or you can choose this drop down, but this works just as well. Now it's matched them both, the slate from the camera and the slate from the audio, and this should be on. Let's go back and just double check, and it is. So you can just keep moving on. Important thing to do is save, so Command S, go to day 5, let's just call it day 5. And save throughout, just Command S throughout your process. So that's it. That's the workflow for syncing the audio. Now, another important thing that you got to do is set up your how you want to export. So let's just go ahead and I'll walk you through this template that I've already made for exporting. I've called it ProRes 422 LT. Our editor prefers LT over proxy. It's slightly better quality and with audio. So through the first tab here, format, you want to select, of all these options, select QuickTime, setup, make sure generate Final Cut Pro XML file. So at the end of your export, it will generate an XML file which you'll be able to import into Final Cut Pro. You can choose to generate a Final Cut Pro X, doesn't hurt. There's small file sizes, but very few people I know are using Final Cut Pro 10. But make sure those are selected. QuickTime setting for compression settings. Not many options you can choose in here, but just make sure you've got ProRes 422 LT. If you're using Windows, you won't have this option. You cannot process ProRes from a Windows computer, so it has to be a Mac. HQ LT proxy, like I said, he prefers LT, so that's what we've gone with. We shot at cinema rate for 23.98, and I've asked my editor, apparently none of these should be selected. Just go OK. Output clip with same file name to selected folder that you will select. So for today, this is day 5 that I'm doing. I could just make a file or a folder in here, call it ProRes, and I could choose that folder, but I'm not going to export right now because I haven't finished audio syncing. 1920 by 1080. Deber settings, just leave them on full. It's a kettle of fish altogether. Let's just leave them on full. Don't bother with it. I always like to have this written, skip if file exists, because sometimes you have to stop exports halfway through. If you do have to stop, always delete the file that didn't fully complete. Like if it didn't go all the way to 100%, then delete that file, because you'll need to start that again. If you don't delete that file, it will skip it because it will just assume that that file is complete because the file name exists. So delete it, and so next time you run your batch, it will it'll work. And that's it. That's all you should have to. Oh, burn in, nothing. I mean, you can do like a watermark, but in this case, since these are going to be not just dailies, but the files that we're editing with, we don't want to do a watermark. Audio, disable camera audio because we didn't have any guide track. If you did have guide track, you would select, you know, it was a first, second channel, whatever. I've enabled audio, but I'm just doing external audio. So the audio that the sound man captured and recorded separately. That's what I'm taking, and that's what will be rendered into the ProRes file. It'll be split up as 4 channels or 8 channels, however many channels we had. The sound man recorded, ours recorded 4. So when you go to your dailies folder downriver, I've already done it for day 1. ProRes, you go get info, and it should say that the audio is 4 channels. Actually, that one doesn't have audio because it's just B-roll, but this one will say 4 channels. See? So when you drop that into a timeline in Premiere or Final Cut Pro, it's just a ProRes file, and all the audio is already synced up, and you should have your lav, your boom already split up. Other options, I don't really know anything about these, but in terms of audio and format, that's all good to go. So save that, and then when you're done, say after we finish day 5, we just make sure that's selected, bin all clips. All the clips, be 52 clips that will populate in this list after I press export, and it will just start going through them. And that's it. That's the workflow for creating your working copies for your ProRes copies for editing a short film, feature film, anything that you've shot on Red Epic, Red One, Scarlet, anything like that using Redcine X. It's a lot faster. I would estimate it's about a third faster, or 3 times as fast as doing it the old-fashioned way in Final Cut Pro. You know, I can power through a whole day's of footage in about half an hour to an hour, depending on how much, what kind of ratio we shot. And that's it. All right, so all the best, and hope it works as well for you as it did for me.